dozen people were hospitalized following an accident at this intersection. I'm 20 News reporter Caitlin Ghazi live in Holyoke with the details of that accident and those injuries.
Plus, we're gathering information about a crash in Springfield overnight. Several people were injured after a car struck a bar in the X. And why Springfield city officials had to find temporary shelter for 15 children.
It's the weekend, and while we're dry now, there is a chance for a pop-up storm or shower today. I'll show you the most likely times that we could see those drops with our 22 News Storm Team updated Skycast.
Live from the 22 News Broadcast Center, this is 22 News at 6 a.m.
Good morning. It's Saturday, May 31st. Thank you so much for joining us for 22 News at 6. I'm Kate Walsh.
I'm 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Nick Bannon. Hard to believe it's the end of the month.
I know. I was just going to say, we've made it through the month. June is next. It's kind of feeling like summer and consistently nice days. So warm weather. It's good. I think we're going to have a good start to June, don't you?
Yeah, and the weekend's looking pretty good too.
Awesome.
There are going to be a couple things that we're watching for today. Mainly just a pop-up shower chance, but outside this morning, it is pretty nice out. Greenfield Sky Cam at 6:01 now. You can see mostly sunny skies for us this morning. A couple areas of patchy fog. In fact, you can see it in the distance there just before you get to the hills. Just a thin layer of that fog out there this morning, but it should burn off very quickly as we go through the next, say, 30 minutes to an hour. Let's take a look at temperatures out there this morning. We are starting out, first of all, with our ESP Live Doppler radar, which is dry and should stay dry through most of the morning hours. By midday into the afternoon, we will be watching a chance for a pop-up storm or shower. Temperatures out there right now are actually on the cool side for this morning. 46 in Springfield, 48 Westfield, 51 Northampton, 47 in Pittsfield, 49 in North Adams. And we're at 48 outside the 22 News Broadcast Center. Lots of sunshine outside the 22 News Broadcast Center here in Chicopee with some patchy fog out there as well. Should be mostly sunny at 10, 59, but we'll start to see a few more clouds puffing up here by the end of the morning. And anytime from noon through the afternoon, we could have a very isolated shower and even a rumble of thunder not out of the question. 66 at 1, 70 at 4. But a lot of the day, if not most of the day, should be dry for you. It's only going to be a very isolated shower or two this afternoon. We'll show you how the rest of your weekend looks and take you into your Sunday with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
This morning, an elderly woman was badly burned in a fire that destroyed her house in Berkshire County. West Stockbridge Fire Chief Peter Scorpet told 22 News that the 78-year-old woman suffered second-degree burns over 45% of her body in a fire at her home at 103 East Alford Road late Friday night. Chief Scorpet said she was taken by ambulance to Mass General Hospital in Boston. There's no word yet on her condition. Chief Scorpet said an electrical problem may have started the fire. Also new this morning, a car crashed into the X pub in Springfield overnight. 22 News was there just after midnight. The Springfield Fire Department says there were multiple injuries. The crash also shattered the pub's window and damaged the car. Stay with 22 News as we work on getting new information on the accident this morning. We are continuing our coverage this morning of a serious accident involving a dump truck and a school bus. 22 News reporter Caitlin Ghazi is live from Holyoke, where that crash took place on Friday.
Yeah, we're here at the intersections of Pleasant and Lincoln Streets right here in Holyoke, and this is where that accident happened. I want to get you right over some video we have. Take a look at what happened here. You can see there that a dump truck collided with a school bus. That school bus was carrying about 30 children at the time of that crash. That video was caught by a nearby surveillance camera. At the time of the accident, the kids were on their way home from E.N. White Elementary School here in Holyoke. 22 News did speak to one woman who said she was frantically trying to help them at the time.
As soon as I saw that school bus, like, my chest wanted to pop out. They were really afraid, they were scared, they were crying, they wanted their parents. I saw mothers running up the streets, like, from everywhere. They just wanted to see their child.
Now, this morning, 9 of those children are still in the hospital, and both drivers were also taken to the hospital after that crash. 22 News did obtain a news release from the superintendent of schools here in Holyoke that said those children are being evaluated but are expected to be discharged home soon. They're classifying those injuries as a minor, which is very fortunate to hear, of course. Live in here in Holyoke, Caitlin Gosley, 22 News.
Jewish Family Services is working with the Department of Children and Families, or DCF, to find temporary shelter for 15 children taken from a condemned house in Springfield. Springfield's mayor spokesman Jim Leiden told 22 News the city condemned the house at 197 Marion Street because of unsanitary conditions, loose floorboards, and exposed wires. Leiden said 12 children had been sent there from 515 Union Street. City inspectors went to Marion Street to check on 3 there and discovered an additional 15 children living at the house. Leiden said the house was being used as a daycare service to the children, who appeared to be mostly toddlers. As we approach the 3-year anniversary of the June 1st tornado, 22 News has been revisiting some of the towns hardest hit by the EF3 tornado. In the Merrick section of West Springfield, you can see some homes that have been rebuilt, but some still have blue tarp on the roofs. 2 people in West Springfield were killed during the tornado. One victim was a mother who died while protecting her daughter. The second victim was in his car when a tree fell on him. And in Brimfield, the June 1st tornado destroyed homes, businesses, and a state forest. Now, 3 years later, an empty plot of land remains in the middle of Brimfield State Forest. Ron Weston lives on Hollow Road and operates a family-owned business there. He lost just about everything because of the tornado. But Weston told 22 News government agencies and lenders keep turning down his request for help.
You had a tremendous loss. You lost $778,000 in material and buildings and equipment. But because it's your business and you've lost your business, you have no income, so we can't help you. I'm sorry. Goodbye, and hung up the phone.
For many, it's been a frustrating 3 years of recovering and rebuilding from the aftermath. Many people still hope they'll get help soon. And tomorrow on 22 News In Focus, Laura Hutchinson sits down with representatives from some of the affected communities to talk about their continuing rebuilding efforts. You'll hear from an emergency preparedness director about making a plan for your family or business should another disaster strike. 22 News In Focus airs Sunday at noon, and if you miss any of it, you can watch it all online, wwlp.com. After weeks of controversy surrounding the VA facilities across the country, Veterans Affairs Secretary Eric Shinseki has resigned. The resignation comes amid claims of mismanagement, falsifying wait times, and other problems. Obama praised Shinseki as a very good man and champion of veterans, but he accepted the resignation, and he also spoke on possible criminal charges against Shinseki.
And most recently, he was president and CEO. Good morning, everybody. A few minutes ago, Secretary Shinseki and Rob Neighbor. This morning, I think some of you also heard Rick take a truly remarkable action. Rob Neighbor, and most recently, he was
president. The president also announced that Deputy VA Secretary Sloan Gibson, only in office 3 months, will temporarily take over the department until a permanent successor is named. And President Obama also announced White House Press Secretary Jay Carney will be leaving. Carney came to the White House after 21 years as a reporter. He joined the White House as communications director for Vice President Joe Biden, then moved over as Obama's press secretary in 2011. President Obama announced that Josh Earnest, currently the deputy press secretary, will take over. Carney thanked the administration for a job he said he's been honored to have. Carney will leave sometime in mid-June. Cancer survivors and their supporters walked the track at Springfield College last night, and they're still walking there this morning. Hundreds of people participated in the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life of Greater Springfield. Many of these participants have been walking relays for years. They form teams and walk in shifts, making sure to have a team member on the track at all times during the overnight relay.
We walk because there's people in our family that have fought cancer and survived, and there's some that haven't survived, and we just walk in honor of them and those that are still in the fight.
Participants say they walk all night because cancer never sleeps. The American Cancer Society is a global grassroots force of 3 million volunteers like the ones you see here. 22 News is a sponsor, and Adam Stremko emceed last night's relay. We're discovering more about the events leading up to the deadly rampage at the University of Southern California last week. It was a somber day of remembrance in New York on Friday, how the 12th anniversary of the end to September 11th recovery efforts was marked.
6:10, despite the sunshine early this morning, we are going to be a little on the cooler side this afternoon, only 70. Normal high is 74, but notice the warm up here through Monday. We'll show you if summer-like humidity is also in the works here for this week with the 22 News Storm Team 7-day forecast.
And now the 22 News Storm Team forecast with meteorologist Nick Bannon.
6:12 right now. Here's our live Chicopee Skycam. Not a cloud in the sky here in the lower Pioneer Valley. There are a few areas of patchy fog this morning, but they're burning off very quickly. We're not going to have that fog lingering around much at all this morning. Let's take a look at our 22 News Storm Team forecast focus. So a sunny start. In fact, we'll have lots of sunshine today, even this afternoon. But as we get into the afternoon and get closer to it, we'll start to see some puffy clouds start to form. And a few of those clouds could squeeze out a couple isolated showers, even a rumble of thunder not out of the question today, although a lot of the day will be dry. Tomorrow, completely dry, much warmer. In fact, we're heading for a very warm week ahead. That means lots of days in the 80s. Clouds on radar 313 this morning. We had mostly clear skies with some fog around. That hasn't changed too much here through 613, except a lot of the fog has gone away. As we widen out the view, I want to show you what's going to be heading our way as we get into the afternoon. Notice this little swirling out here in eastern portions of the state and over the ocean. Well, that swirling is going to throw some clouds back our way here over western Massachusetts as we get in the afternoon, and a few of those clouds could squeeze out an isolated thunderstorm or a passing isolated shower. It's not going to be a lot, but it'll be enough to have us watching the radar here this afternoon. And of course, you can keep an eye on the radar at wwlp.com all day as well. Our 22 Day Storm Team skycast then looks like this. Nice and sunny this morning, 7 o'clock. Most of the clouds will stay east of us through the morning hours. 10 o'clock, mostly sunny. We'll start to see a few clouds puffing up here by 10. Should be dry most of the morning. By late morning and especially into the early afternoon, then we'll start to see more of these puffy clouds and a few of these scattered isolated showers and even thunderstorms here this afternoon. Those chances will continue through about 4 or 5 o'clock, and then as we head into the evening, any storms or showers fade away, and then we do dry out going into this evening. Not a lot of this afternoon will be wet, but there'll be the occasional storm or shower that could make things a little damp for you if you have plans outside. 11 o'clock tonight, clear skies, and then we're just clear and dry tomorrow. Sunshine at 7, staying sunny through all the rest of the morning and all the rest of the afternoon. Tomorrow is a great day. Our 22 Day Storm Team forecast for today: an isolated shower or thunderstorm possible this afternoon, 68 to 72 degrees. A chilly night tonight, mostly clear, 36 to 40. Not a bad idea to cover the plants if you live in the Berkshires. Sunny and warm tomorrow, 76 to 80. Here's our 22 Day Storm Team 7-day forecast. Really warm week ahead, 84 degrees on Monday, mostly sunny skies. Then the humidity kicks in here by Tuesday. Showers and thunderstorms possible Tuesday, partly sunny, 81. 83, get a break here Wednesday, but more storms and showers possible Thursday. Highs in the upper 70s. And then we're a bit closer to normal here for Friday, 77, and mostly sunny skies. But tomorrow, the pick of the weekend, but today isn't too bad either. On 22 News at 6:30, we'll be tracking these cooler than normal afternoon temperatures here with our 22 News Storm Team Countycast, and keep an eye out on the radar, wwlp.com.
We have new information on the events that took place before Elliot Rogers' deadly rampage 1 week ago in Santa Barbara, California. Santa Barbara deputies knew about disturbing videos posted by Roger 3 weeks before last Friday's attacks, but they didn't watch them until after Roger killed 6 UCSB students. Deputies were called to check on Roger's well-being last month, and based on the information available at the time, they said Roger was not an immediate threat to himself or others. Two Sandy Hook memorial signs stolen from playgrounds in the Northeast were recovered in Virginia Friday. The signs were dedications to two Sandy Hook elementary school children killed in the massacre at the school in 2012. They were taken from playgrounds in Connecticut and New Jersey. Police say 28-year-old Andrew Truelove believes the Sandy Hook shootings were a hoax.
Most important for us is that we recover these signs for the family. That was very important, and our main goal here was to get those signs back so they can be placed back up on the playgrounds where they belong. The other important thing is that the suspect is not free.
Truelove was charged with receiving stolen property, which is a misdemeanor. Donald Sterling is suing the NBA now and its commissioner over his lifetime ban as Los Angeles Clippers owners for racist remarks. The suit is seeking damages in excess of $1 billion. It alleges that the league violated Sterling's constitutional rights by relying on information from an illegal recording that publicized racist remarks he made to his girlfriend. His co-owner and estranged wife has agreed to sell the team, but Sterling's lawyers say he'll fight the league and his family to keep it. Friday was a somber day of remembrance. It marked the 12th anniversary of the official end of rescue and recovery efforts at the World Trade Center in the aftermath of the September 11th attacks. A bagpipe played as people gathered around the survivor tree. The Colliery pear tree became known as the survivor tree after sustaining extensive damage but living through the terrorist attacks at the World Trade Center. The president of the 9/11 Museum helped to move the wreath into place and said that the rescue and recovery efforts is something that generations can point to and be proud of. Iowa's governor signed a historic piece of legislation Friday that legalizes cannabis oil. The oil can be used to treat children with seizure disorders, and it does not make people high. Under the law, parents will be able to fill prescriptions for the oil out of state and bring the product back to Iowa to use. The state legislature passed the bill at the beginning of May. The governor then reviewed the bill for 2 weeks.
We were very concerned about unexpected consequences, but I think the very limited law that we passed is designed to try to help these people with this intractable epilepsy, and this gives them some hope.
The bill now goes to a rules committee and the Department of Health. You know, at this time of year, a hammock in the shade is a pretty great place to relax, but one Florida resident found an unusual intruder lying in his hammock. It's a black bear, perhaps tired from doing whatever a black bear does. So he found a cozy hammock in this Daytona Beach backyard and made himself at home. Look at that. The bear has been spotted in the neighborhood since Wednesday, tearing through trash cans and looking for food, but apparently he just needed some downtime yesterday. The world is putting pressure on Indian police to find those still out there who are responsible for gang raping and hanging girls from a mango tree. We have new information this morning on that investigation. Scientists are heading out of the lab and under the sea. Why they believe the cure for diseases like cancer could be found out there. Our time now is 6:20. You're watching 22 News at 6.
This portion of 22 News presented by Belize and BelizeAuto.com.
Taking a look at stories making headlines around the world this morning, people who live in eastern Ukraine city of Donetsk welcomed a decision by pro-Russian separatists to remove some of the barricades outside a regional administration building. The building, which is being used as the headquarters of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, has been barricaded since pro-Russian separatists occupied it in early April. The Ukrainian government has waged a military campaign in the regions in an effort to stop an uprising by the separatists who have taken over public buildings and set up checkpoints there. Canadian police are investigating a case where a 10-year-old boy was allegedly held in a locked bedroom in his relative's home for nearly 2 years. Police received an anonymous tip to check on the welfare of the child at a home in southwestern Ontario. When police entered, they found the boy inside a locked master bedroom. The boy, who looked underweight and pale, was hospitalized where he was diagnosed with malnutrition. The boy's aunt and uncle have been charged with neglect and forcible confinement. Indian police arrested another suspect in the gang rape and hanging of 2 teenage girls, but they're still looking for others. Villagers found the girls hanging from a mango tree Wednesday, hours after they disappeared from the fields near their home. On Friday, police said they arrested 2 police officers and 3 men from the village and were searching for more suspects. India tightened its anti-rape laws last year after 6 men raped a 23-year-old woman on a bus in New Delhi. Campaigning on the independence referendum in Scotland has officially begun. On September 18th, voters in Scotland will answer a simple question with major implications. Should Scotland be an independent country? The campaigns on both sides of the issue have the next 16 weeks to change people's minds. Both campaigns were working in Glasgow Friday. Yes, Scotland is for independence. Better together is not. German scientists believe the cure for diseases like cancer could be found under the sea. The German researchers say 99% of the microscopic organisms in the ocean have not been studied yet to see if they can be useful to treat cancer or other diseases. They're now collecting microscopic organisms to see what type of biochemical compounds they could produce. They believe it could really make progress in the next couple of decades. Those heading to Brazil for the World Cup games and feel a little daring can explore amazing ruins in the Amazon forest. The ruins may be overlooked by thousands of soccer fans because they're a bit out of the way. Tourists traveling by car will have to cross a bridge across the Rio Negro and go on an hour-long ride over dirt roads to reach the ruins. The ruins were built in 1898 at the height of the region's rubber boom, which briefly transformed the city into one of the richest in the world. Our time now is 6:26. Nick Bannon's updated travel weather is just minutes away now. Good Saturday morning. You're watching 22 News at 6.
wwlp.com, honored as best website by the Associated Press.
Good morning at 6:28. Temperatures now in the upper 40s, so a little on the cooler side as we start things off this weekend, but no clouds from our Springfield sky cam as we look to the south. A lot of dew in the air though, so you might need the windshield wipers just to clear off the moisture on your windshield this morning. Let's take a look at our 22 News Storm Team travel forecast then. Right now we're nice, clear, sunny, dry. That's good for us. This little storm system east of us is going to throw some clouds and even a shower or thunderstorm chance our way as we go into the second half of the day. Cool along the coast, 58 in Boston, 64 Providence, 68 in Hartford. Anywhere kind of in this area could see a pop-up storm or shower this afternoon, but a lot of the day is going to be dry. At the beach, temperatures too cool to really get in the water. 61 in Musqueam, 63 Rocky Neck, but still lots of sunshine there. We're going to be tracking temperatures this afternoon here in western Massachusetts with your 22 News Storm Team County Cast.
Nearly 30 children were in a crash while trying to get home from school Friday afternoon. I'm 22 News reporter Caitlin Ghazi live in Holyoke to give you an update on those that were injured in that crash.